Welcome to Emma Baginski, Art and Whimsy. I'll be your host, Emma Baginski. Today we're going to talk about perfectionism. So we're going to varnish a bunch of paintings today and paint the bottoms. This painting is called Perfection. Welcome to my basement. It's not very aesthetic, but it's what I got. Everywhere you turn on social media, it's like very aesthetic, very beautiful, very well curated. And it makes sense because social media is a visual, visual storytelling, visual platform. Obviously, people are going to be drawn to beautiful things. But not everyone has wonderful, beautiful, creative spaces, and that's fine. It's okay to just start where you're at and record the journey along the way. Even if someday you do have a beautiful studio and you're somewhere else, you might miss the good old days when you were just a little painting goblin in your basement. And me painting out of frame was absolutely not an accident whatsoever, and is just a statement on perfectionism. I didn't paint out of camera on accident, I swear. Perfectionism is a vicious thought loop. It's constantly not being able to keep up with an imaginary standard that is in your head, because you're never going to be able to recreate the exact image in your brain. You're never going to be as perfect as you want. And perfectionism is really just the ego trying to protect itself. Most people never start their creative projects or never finish them because they're afraid of being bad and not being perfect or being cringy or whatever, insert bad feeling here. But I have news. Perfectionism is just the first boss. It looks a lot scarier to get over than it is. You just have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Pushing yourself to places where where you don't feel that good, to try new things and be okay with not making the best thing all the time. It's it's okay to make bad things. Let yourself have that. And I'm not saying this as a perfect person. I let perfectionism beat my ass for many years. The story behind this painting right here is that, and the reason why I title it Perfection is because in 2020, when I started this painting, the world had shut down from Corona. And I decided I was going to try to start my, an art business. I really wanted to do what I'm doing now. I've always wanted to do this since I was a teenager. And I sat down and I started this painting. And by God, did I just fixate on that stupid fucking flower. I repainted that flower so many times. And I got so fed up and frustrated that it wasn't perfect that I just hung it on my wall and I never did anything else. I didn't do any other project. This one didn't turn out good, so obviously nothing else wasn't gonna turn out good in my head. But the funny thing is that people would come over to my house and see the flower and be like, "Oh my God, I love that flower. That's awesome. I love that painting you did." Perfectionism's superpower is distortion. It's you're not seeing your painting through eyes of a normal person. You're seeing your painting through the distorted lens of perfection. Perfectionism's weakness is just moving the fuck on, Just seal it. Boom, done. Painting done, we're moving on to the next thing. Don't let it stop you. Every painting, every drawing, every creative project is just a step in the journey. In the beginning, it can feel pretty daunting. Every painting can feel like this is the most important thing I've ever done. It has to be perfect. But the more you create, the more you do, you realize it's just another drop in the bucket. And you just keep keep making more drops, keep filling up the bucket, and eventually the bucket overflows with all the beautiful, wonderful work you've done, all the skills you've built up. It's you have to reframe your mind when it comes to these creative projects you're doing. And I'm especially talking to those of you who haven't let yourself do and start your creative projects. I know a couple people who talk about, like, you know, wanting to do those kinds of things, but just like not being able to for whatever reason or whatever excuse they've made up. And I've been there, and I know what that's like. But just know, when you are ready, you can just start. There is nothing holding you back. I look back on my old quote-unquote bad art now with such an appreciation. I'm so happy that past little Emma kept, you know, just kept drawing, kept painting, pushing through the suck. She thought she was pretty bad. She had some pretty, you know, the inner critic is always there. It's the hardest thing to beat sometimes, because the inner critic is a lot of the times meaner than any critic you'll ever face. It's like this weird psychological phenomenon where we think that if we beat ourselves up first, other people, like, if other people do it, it won't hurt as bad. But that's not true. It's actually, like, quite the opposite. Like, I don't think anyone is ever going to be meaner than you to yourself. I mean, obviously, it depends on the situation, and if people are being mean to you, that says more about them than it does you. But, like, you can kind of do some damage to yourself with your thought patterns if you're stuck in, like, a negative cycle and loop where you're constantly just telling yourself negative, insulting things. Like, really try to focus, if you're someone who tends to be, like, more on the negative side, just really try to start focusing on little positives. I mean, obviously you can't change your mindset in a day, but just noticing where you've done well will start going a long way. Hello. I thought it would be fun to go through a couple of my old sketchbooks. Not fully, don't worry, I won't bore you half to death. So this is for to motivate you. This is I want to show you kind of, you know, not where exactly it began, but this is a middle school or a high school thing. The front cover broke, so now it's just this. I want you to notice something. Ready? And so here's a little anime inspired drawing, and in the corner we have bad. Younger me just immediately bad. You know, it's not that, I mean, for an anime drawing, you know, I had to put that in there for myself. Oh, another bad. I don't know. I ripped it out. No peeking. Bad. Ooh, look at, we have a whole map. We have a whole map of a city, forest, coming up with world building, characters, classic. I have a trillion of different dresses. That's fun. You know, this just goes to show you are your own greatest critic. Other people weren't telling me I was bad. I was telling me I was bad. Here's another one, an old one. This is probably middle school or high school. This is still can't draw lips or ears. Swing and a miss, trying and failing. I can't draw noses or mouths for that matter. Shading is too much work. I also hate lips. Frustration. Mouth too small. Teeny tiny. Which, you know, that's a lot of pressure, a lot of frustration in one drawing. Which, like, I don't know, it's not that bad. Like, definitely has, like, some anime inspiration, you know, but not bad. Some weapons. Can't draw noises. I was doing character design. Can't draw noses yet. Can't draw shoes. Good enough, disregard face. Not good proportions. More cartoony version, can't do perspective. This looks fine. You know, like it's, like you can see I drew pants and erased it like a trillion times and yeah. Oh, I got a good one. Cute. I like this drawing. It was cute. Someday I'm gonna learn how to draw lips. Fail on the ear. Meanwhile, it's like the neck that's like gigantic, but whatever. That's even this one, almost. I almost liked it. Things I need to work on. Anatomy, figure drawing, expressions, hands, feet, holding folds of fabrics, caricatures, environments, perspective, tell a story in a picture. And then me doing some lines. And then some drawings. Boxy face, boxy eyes, small nose. Still always making little critiques. Boo! I like the ghost. His eye isn't right. How to even bodies. Before I start freelancing, I need to learn how to draw feet and hands and backgrounds. Yeah. I definitely wasn't ready to freelance in general, just like emotionally. This is nice. I like this little quote. Courage does not always roar. Sometimes courage is a quiet voice at the end of the day, saying, I will try again tomorrow. This is the same year, 2016, as the small one. And I finally got, I think, markers. And I was really, really inspired by Juicy ink. She used to go by, I'm not sure what she goes by now. It's like Tori something. I'll find her. But oh my god, I watched a ton of art YouTube back in the day. Got some Pokemon. That one's my favorite. And Garatina's cool too. We got some Marceline and Princess Bubblegum. And then the gender swapped version. The sketchbook I think was a lot of I like the face. Good things. I really grew a lot with the markers, and I wasn't confident with color ever because I spent so long drawing with pencil. So this is when I was attempting, you know. But great expressive lines, very good. Manly. Manly. Here I am doing some steadies and stuff. Here I am using, I think, yeah, I started using a lot of references because references make a difference. And this is like kind of, I saw a picture that I recreated and muscles. I need to work on profiles. Eyes messed up. I love this. This is cute. With the little fairy. I should, you know, I might, who knows, I might redo this one. This is cute. A lot of detail in the hair. I don't do that much detail in the hair now. I gotta step up my game, you know? Oh, we got Sexy Link. What are values? How to background. Anime boy. And then we have the next year. This one didn't have a date in it, right? Okay, this one is unknown, but this is 2017, which I think is interesting because it seems like a, kind of like a backwards, like for a little bit. It looks like, you know, looks like we went back, like in skill a little bit. Maybe not in skill, maybe I don't want to say that, but in the beginning, it's interesting. Sometimes it happens and, you know, you catch back up. It's not, maybe if you like take a break from drawing for a while and you come back and you're a little rusty, but muscle memory, eventually you get to, you know. back to where you're at. I like this one. Kill me. And you're a little gaunt. But here we go. Now we pick back up where it's a little better. I love this one. This one is cute. Drawn 1 trillion portraits. That's why it's funny that faces are definitely my my go-to. Got some pro markers. Even some men. Look at me drawing some men. I obviously did not know how to draw textured hair very well. This is funny. Nope. I don't know. It's not like that bad. And nope. But this is nice. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. So here I am starting to be a little bit nicer. So I wanted to go through those sketchbooks to kind of show like art's a journey. I didn't want to go all the way back and get my like sketches from when I was 10, but like, you know, you don't have to take your skill level personally, if that makes sense. Just by doing, you're gonna improve and get better. Every drawing, every bad drawing, every good drawing, you learn something from, and you keep going, and those skills will compound over time. And the thing about drawing and painting is that they're 2 separate skills. Drawing definitely really helps with painting. So if you are gonna start art, definitely drawing is the way to start. Also, it's way cheaper. You just get like paper and a pencil, and you don't need to buy a bunch of paints and paint supplies and stuff. So I highly recommend, if you are starting out, just grab a pencil, start drawing random shit. Start drawing shit you like. Like obviously I had a fixation on faces. So I just drew a bunch of faces, but if you like flowers, draw that. If you like, you know, you're gonna, eventually you draw something so much you get bored of it. That's kind of where I guess I got with faces, where I started branching out and doing some other things. I definitely, right now, cause like I'm still in the middle of my journey, I have a long way to go now too. I really want to work on like scenes, like things happening, not just floating faces. Like I've done enough just floating faces and like stories. Cause my hope one day is to do, you know, you saw all the world building random bullshit and characters. I would love one day to do like a graphic novel or something, but I'm not quite there yet in my heart. I want to try doing like doing paintings and scenes and just do that a lot and just whip out a bunch. And then that way, I think with those 2 skills sets unlocked, I'll be able to be like a better artist in general and create some really cool things. Let me know what you thought of the video. Any other topics that you're interested in that you want to hear me talk about, because I have a ton of ideas and I will make them, but if, I don't know, if I'd love to hear your opinions or what you guys want to hear. There's 38, I have 38 subscribers now. That's exciting. I got 4 new ones from last week, so. Any progress is progress, and celebrate the small wins, okay? Okay, do that for me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Yeah, leave comments. I want to talk to you guys. It's exciting having people watch my videos. Have a great day. Bye.